afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to X. Hopefully everyone's doing well. This is the match review for last night's game. Arsenal 3, Monaco 0. Definitely a different lot of opinions about last night's game. So this will be my opinion. We'll listen to your opinion as well. No one's right, no one's wrong. That's how I look at it. Big up to Temi. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Big up to Brenny, my papa. Saying good morning to Tem too. That was Gabriel Ishakazet playing. If Gabriel fired at Tupac, he'll still be alive. I'm in agreement with having a pop at Jesus and Martinelli. But the only bit I don't agree with is the fact that we're missing one more player out that did have a stinker as well. And he wears the captain's armband. For some reason, his misses it don't seem to matter. They do. To me, they do. So yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing that we only seem to be allowed to have a pop at certain players, but other players just don't seem to be Martins. No, look, he did have a stinker. He wasn't great last night. Jesus wasn't great last night, nor was Odegaard. But no one wants to talk about that because there you go. Big up to Chris. Clear agendas. I know the commentators were doing it. It frustrates me more when the commentators are doing it who don't support Arsenal, and they're doing it, and the fans are just eating it and going, "Yum yum yum yum." That tastes good. That's what I'm going to use. Like, come on, people. We are too reliant on Saka, and it will catch up to us soon. Yep, totally agree. Totally agree. Because there was a big conversation in our group WhatsApp this morning regarding Saka. Other than the goals and the assists last night, he didn't really have a great game. And he didn't. None of our players did, if I'm honest. It wasn't great for us, to be honest. Monaco were decent. Really saying morning to Chris as well. It was 2 goals from Saka and a goal from Havertz. Honestly, it wasn't a great game. It was a slightly better performance, but yeah, it just wasn't great. Arsenal played well in the first half. Shouldn't have been outside. Yeah, well, there you go. That tells you a million stories of being an Arsenal fan, mate. It's always the same way. It's horrendous. It's so annoying. We had a decent first half, and then we backed off second half, like we always do. I don't know. His team talks at half time. That must really be boring. We all know that Jesus not good enough in front of goal, but Odegaard, who's way better, you expect. Well, exactly. He had so many chances last night, and the 1-on-1 that was really, really bad for me. That was really bad for him to miss. They were having a pop at Jesus's chances, Martinelli's chances, but they forget that Odegaard had a 1-on-1 and should have done better. He had a couple of other chances he should have put away. But clearly, you're not allowed to say anything about him. I don't know why. I need to find this rule book because obviously I'm breaking so many rules. I'm going to expect a fine for the door at some point because I didn't know that you're not allowed to have a pop at certain people, but clearly you are. Oh well, never mind. Hey, but yeah, it was what it was. Monaco, they've definitely got some good young talent. But like I said, they're decent, but they're not great at the moment. They're not as good as they were. But they put a fight up for it in the second half, and well done to them. These are the stats from the game last night. 55% possession for Arsenal, 45% for Monaco. 16 shots for Arsenal, 7 for Monaco. 8 shots on target for Arsenal, 2 on target for Monaco. Just the 3 corners for Arsenal and 1 for Monaco. Final third phase. It's like get to 80%. I'm not going to moan so much, but 79 against 81. You know, Monaco are not the better team, and they've managed to achieve 81. So I expect us to get that as well. So yeah, come on, Arsenal, do better. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on to XG because I know everyone loves it and they just enjoy this moment. This is fairly important and kind of tells us how last night's game was. So the XG for us was 1.91 compared to theirs 0.38. From open play, it was 1.63 compared to theirs 0.36. Set play was only 0.28 compared to theirs of 0.02. Obviously, no XG in penalties. And the XG on target, which is obviously why we won 3-0 and not just 1-1-1-0 or 2-0, is our XG on target was extremely better last night, which is great. Where Monaco's was severely poor, 0.09. They should have been doing way better than what they were with their chances. So that's that. Jules, right, so weirdly, now the stats team that do this, they do the game and then they do it live. So it all gets done as the game goes, but they do go back to it and reassess it if they feel they've made an error. So I did this. When did I do this? I set this up around 6 o'clock this morning. And at that time, we had lost the ground jewels. It wasn't much in it. I think there's a couple, which just put it in their favour. I think they're on 53%. We were on 47. But obviously the data team and the stats team that do all this have reassessed it. So it's now 50-50. So we didn't lose it, but we didn't win it. We should be winning it, not drawing it. But it's better than losing, I suppose. Aerial duels, we are the better, which I kind of expect us always to be fair, unless we're playing the global, what are they called? Harlem Globetrotters or whatever they're called. And then perfect dribbles, 63% for us and 49 for them. So that's better. I'm a little bit more content with that. And then finally, the passes, 531 for Arsenal, 439 for Monaco. Passing accuracy, 88% for Arsenal, 86 for Monaco. Own half passes was 254 for us, 185 for Monaco. Opposition half, 215 for Arsenal, 192 for Monaco. Actually in long balls, 51 for Arsenal, 41% for Monaco. Accuracy in crosses, 43% for Arsenal, just the 11 for Monaco. Touches in the opponent's box, 30 for Arsenal, 9 for Monaco. So yeah, let's take that off before we move on. Let's have a look. Has just not been playing much, so not exactly going to be confident yet, 100%. I thought Saka was okay. He would say himself that performance could have been better. No one talked about Odegaard and his one-on-one. Yeah, I know. Because you're not allowed to, Bren. That's the thing. You're not allowed to. I really need to find the rule book because I'm obviously going to get fined so many times because I'm obviously breaking the rules every single time on it. So I apologise in advance. But come on. My rule is everyone should be treated equal. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're my favourite player. If they've had a stinker, they've had a stinker. Odegaard had a stinker. He had a stinker against Fulham as well. And people are the greatest excuse as well for the Fulham game with Odegaard. I heard it the other day, and I'm like, you are so being paid by certain people here to say words. It was when he first came back. He was pumped full of adrenaline. Now that adrenaline has gone, so now he's just him. So basically, you're saying he's shit. Is that what you're basically saying? I don't know. Just like, come on, people. You're allowed to say, even if it's your favourite player, if they've had a stinker, say it. If they've had a great game and you don't like them, say it. If Zinchenko has a hat trick and he has a fantastic game, guess what? I'm going to say it. It's as simple as that. I don't like him. I don't like him as a defender, but there he goes. I was pausing both games on. I was watching both games on two devices as well for Bobby's purposes, Arsenal and that team. Yeah, I had a feeling he would be. Slot favourite stat is duels. It's important, though. It really is important because if you're losing in a duel, which you shouldn't be, especially when you're a top team, it's a concern. Arsenal got nice games coming up, in my opinion. I expect to win the cup game versus Palace. The Arsenal fans got pitchforks at the ready if he don't take it seriously again. 100%. I'm one of them, mate. And mine's got hot pokers at the end of it. Jesus, I was happy with yesterday despite his misses. There is a player in there. It's like he has amnesia and it's trying to find out who he is. Yeah. Odegaard has the vibes, purple hair flick, which does my head in, and waving arms. Look, I know there's a few airports in London, so maybe what he's trying to do is like plan for his career after football. So maybe he wants to be an air traffic control attendant after football career. So maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's kind of getting into this mold of, waving your arms around like you just don't care. But honestly, it just does me head in. I listened to all the commentators last night, and I literally wanted to just throw my glass at them because I was like, "What are you on about?" Because it's like they've been paid by some kind PR team saying, "Oh, please don't say anything negative about this person, please." And I'm like, "Say whatever you want. I'd rather you be honest and lie out your back ass." Just to please people, because that's not because the problem is other people listen to this and they go, oh yes, but he's played football so he knows more, so if he says it I must believe it too. No, because if that's the case, I'm gonna have to start listening to Andy Hinchcliffe, who was a crap left back. He's a horrible commentator, and we'll then move on to Gary Neville. Like, seriously, I am not listening to these commentators and treating them like gods. But there's my mini rant for the day. I still criticise Salah despite if he scores not fooling me. Yeah, exactly. We're entitled to say what we want. It's a free world. If your opinion is different to someone else's, good. I'm glad it is. I don't believe in having the same opinion as everybody, because the world would be a very, very miserable place. Because you imagine the chat after the pub, you'd actually have to talk about family, not football, because you'd have the same football opinion. So then you'd actually have to talk about real things in the pub. It ain't happening. Maybe Odegaard wants that Hagrid role from Harry Potter. Yes, for the HBO series. Yeah. That's quite good, that one. I like that. But yeah, let's move on to the starting lineup, which gave us all heart attacks, if we're honest. Let's be honest. Right, so it was Raya, Partey, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Marino, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. Look, yeah. Look, I agree with rotating, but that was a stinker. If I'm honest, that was a stinker of a rotation. It was not pretty. It was not lovely to look at. I just hated it. So yeah, I just did not enjoy that at all. Look, Timber was fit, right? So Timber should have started no matter what. Timber doesn't need the rest. If you want to give him a rest, take him off after 60 minutes, then bring someone else on. I've got no issues with that. That's fine. You don't have to play into the full 90 minutes, but don't weaken our right side. Because this is why I think Saka didn't have a very good game. Other than, it wasn't great from Saka. But you're lacking when you're missing your buddy. No, obviously he's missing Ben White because obviously Ben White's out for a little bit longer. But Timber and Saka do very well together. So why not do it? It's very similar to like Calafiori and Martinelli. When them two are playing together, Martinelli's better. When it comes to the left side and the right side, you do have a very good relationship with whoever's in front of you because of the way that you're playing football. So, yeah, it just doesn't help. So I'm going to quickly go through these ratings. Some are going to shock people. It's fine. They're my ratings, no one else's. Right, Raya gets a 7. Didn't do much, didn't need to, and I'm fine about it. It's as simple as that. Party gets a 7. Saliba gets a 7. Kivior gets a 7. Lewis Skelly gets a 7. He did well. Don't get me wrong, but there was a couple of moments defensively were a little bit suspect because guess what? He's not a left back. He's more of a DM and a CM, which is why that pass was beautiful. And when he was pushed forward, that's what you can do. Rice gets a 7. Marino gets a 7. Better by Marino, by the way. I will say that. That was much better yesterday. Odegaard, 6. I'm sorry. He's going to get marked down because of that 1-to-1, and no one's bloody mentioning it. So I'm going to mention it, and I'm going to make a big song and ha about it. Saka, it's hard not to give him a high score, so he's going to have to get an 8 because obviously he got 2 goals. But other than that, he actually had 1 dribble and he was unsuccessful with it. That's my problem with him yesterday. Jesus gets a 7. Martinelli gets a. It wasn't stinker. Actually, no. 6. The 6, and the reason is because of his attitude. Once he had a yellow card, he didn't seem to calm down. I've just seen Chris's last comment. Right, let's go back to some earlier ones first before I deal with that one, Mr. Welch. Right. Team ratings, Temis. Raya gets a 6. Defense gets an 8. Skelly gets a 10. Rice gets an 8. Marino gets a 7. Odegaard, 6. Tepid. Saka gets a 10. Man of the match. Lacazette, 7. Martin Spelly for Havertz gets a 7 as a sub. Others get 5. Arteta gets a 7. Someone going to make Odegaard into. No, yes, probably. Alternatively, Martinelli gets 10 man of the match. Zinni gets 1,000 for the night starting. I agree with that one. Good to see Lewis Skelly play Arteta bloody taking his time, giving youth a chance. Waneri still needs more games. Yes, he does. Calafiori is the new Tomiyasu, unfortunately, at the moment. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating at the moment. The Red Bull supplier Honda in talks with Red Bull and suggests Yuki Tsunoda replaces Zersh. Jeez. Wow, you don't want that, do you? Bliminek. My alternative team would have destroyed Monaco. Right. Is that on a pub crawl? Because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been on the football pitch. I can't call me Taitar, so he gets a 6. Arsenal best midfield is Partey, Rice, Odegaard, but Arteta always changed it. There is literally no need to change that midfield unless we need to. Unless we actually need to, like someone's injured or someone's suspended or someone needs a rest. There is no need to change that. And this is what annoys me about Arteta. It's so damn frustrating. Like, we know what our best midfield is. It's the Pro. It's the Pro. But for some bizarre and balmy reason, that man wants to change it all the time, which then changes the whole team dynamics because we're not fluid. And there's some players that just aren't that versatile. He wants to try and make him versatile, but it's like putting a brain surgeon in front of a train control. What does he know about driving a train? Probably absolutely nothing. What's that signal mean? I don't know. It's just leave things alone. Stop tinkering. Leave the midfield alone. Tinker with everything else that needs sorting, because trust me, there's a lot more problems than our midfield. Our midfield with Pro is decent. Nothing worries me when it's Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. And for someone that's not been the greatest fan of Partey lately, well, in recent seasons, this season, I think arguably he's in the top 3 of players of the season for me. It just frustrates the heck out of me. It really does. This feels like a ranty day today. I have to be honest. I'm just obviously in a bad mood. Sorry for anyone that bumps into me today, but I'm in a bad mood. Yeah. Let's see what else people have been saying. That one's not come up for last. Considering this Monaco team dispatched Barca, I'd say we have a good chance of winning the. No. No. No, he needs to sort it out a lot. I don't think we've got any chance to win the Champions League from what I've seen so far. And I'll be honest, I don't think we'll even win a cup under him. Just the way he is. League is unknown at the moment. Bobby will love Sonoda at Red Bull. He will completely destroy their car and crash into Max because he will keep. Why would I ever do that? Someone said Martin had to start playing like a £6 million signing. Damn it! Try. Yeah. There's no way I'm saying that. I'll tell you. Yeah. So I did all my ratings. Did I rate my? Yeah, I did all my ratings. That's cool. All right, let's move on to the subs. Timber gets a. So I have written these down. That's why I'm looking. Timber gets a 6. Who's next? Jorginho gets a 6. Trossard gets a 6. Havertz gets a 7. To be fair, and obviously Nwaneri came on for a little bit. Again, this actual slide, I've not even bothered changing from the Fulham game because he came on exactly the same time for exactly the same player. But I remember people saying, "Oh yes, but we were missing Odegaard." Yeah, well, here's Odegaard's replacement. Guess what? He was available when Odegaard was out as well. How about that for a crazy one? But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, Nwaneri gets a 6. Right. Get ready. It's time to score Nicholas over. Nah, you know what? He deserves his own slide because without him, we wouldn't get some goals sometimes and we wouldn't actually win some games. But as I say, this does not mean calling us set piece FC. It's just the fact this is part of football. It always has been. You can score from a corner, you can score from a free kick, you score from a throw-in. It's always been the way. It's never been any different. So I don't get what people's problems are with it, if I'm honest. But hey, hell, for some reason, we're not allowed to do it. So yeah, we'll move on. Right. I'll be honest. I had this arranged before I've done this. Obviously, it's my own problem. It's my own fault. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have thought about doing this. But set pieces yesterday, I'm going to give it a 5 because they weren't very good because Monaco had a plan. Oh, God. You couldn't make it up, could you? We had this slide already done, and Monaco decided to use a plan to stop us from doing our plan. However, Nicholas still did try to do some things, but he's still going to get a 5 because it was decent. But yeah, big up to Nicholas anyway. Mikel, jeez, you know what? He's going to get a 6 as well, to be fair. It's just the starting line was all wrong. He left Martinelli on at half time. But yeah, it's just, yeah. No, you know what it is, mate? It's like, I am petty. I know I am. And I like to be accurate because at the end of the time, it's Nicholas Hover who gets certain games done where Arteta doesn't. So Arteta's the one that does the open play, right? Everything the way that we play is all down to Arteta, right? He has no control on the set pieces. Not at all. Obviously he's chosen his players and the players are on the pitch. But the set pieces, and this is like, bear in mind, people, shock horror. This has been done for years. Everyone's had set piece coaches or coaches that have certain routines. You only need to look it up on YouTube and look at the multiple different set piece routines that teams have used to score great goals. I remember there was one, I think it was West Brom against Arsenal, women. They had a great routine where they pretended to mess up the free kick, and obviously it set the Arsenal players back a little bit, but they carried on playing because they hadn't really. It was part of the set piece. Then that's a set piece plan. That's what set piece coaches do. They come up with ideas on how to get a goal from the set piece. It's madness, honestly. But yeah, let's take him off anyway. It's like me, once all Carlisle fans want Williamson out, then I'm Williamson in and use no excuses. If it's a winning formula, then it's great. Nothing wrong with it. Seriously, that was Stoke winning formula. Mate, me and you, we both watch the same similar leagues, don't we? We watch National League. There are way more goals from throw-ins in the National League than there is in probably most of the leagues. And it's all set pieces. And what's wrong with it? I've literally, if someone scores from a throw-in, I'm like, yes, what a goal. It's not, I'm not, oh, how dare you score from a throw-in? What the hell's wrong with it? If anything, I think that's quite very, very skillful, but hey ho, it is what it is. Right, I need to get going. So they write and protest about it. Yeah, exactly, mate. There's a way big for problems in the world. There will be a preview for the Everton game. I'll be honest, I don't know when. It would be Friday night or sometime in the morning on Saturday. But there will be one. There will be a reaction Saturday night for the Everton game as well. It's just a game every week, isn't it, at the moment? Every few days I'm having to do one. I will find time to do them eventually, but guys, appreciate it. Big ups to the 60 people currently watching on a Thursday morning. I will definitely speak to you all very, very per usual. Big up, Bobby. Fire as per usual. Big up to Canners. Hope you're doing well, my friend. But yeah, that's a wrap. I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.